Hello, everybody. My name is Paul Jancarella, and my objective as a speaker and a coach is to help you in the self-improvement industry, specifically when it comes to achievement. So whether you want to better your health, that can be physical or mental, your wealth, that can be financial, that could be in areas of relationships, and as well as in the areas of vocation, what you want to do as opposed to what you're doing now to generate income. Now, it has a lot to do with our thinking, if not everything. It's how we think about things, but more importantly, it's how we're perceiving things. I had to decline a call coming in. So my message is pretty clear. I'll give you an example of this perception, if you will, because perception is our reality. You know, what we're perceiving is what we're assuming is happening. And my mother was going on vacation 10 years ago or so, and she called my sister. I've shared this story with you before. And she asked my sister if she wore thongs. And my sister was a little taken back by that statement and said, "Ma, what did you say?" And she's like, "Do you wear thongs?" So Colleen sheepishly said, "Yes. Why?" And my mom said, "Well, I want to borrow them." And my sister said, "What? What are you talking about?" She's like, "I want to borrow your thongs because we're going away. We're going to be by the beach." So Colleen says, what do you mean by thongs?" My mother's like, "Thongs, you know, sandals, flip-flops, those things you wear on your feet." So now my sister felt, much relief, so to speak. But the whole perception aspect was they're talking about the same thing, or were they? My mom was talking about sandals. My sister thought she was talking about skimpy underwear. The idea here, folks, is to get on the same page as though of those that we may oppose, so to speak. And that's precisely what I wanted to get at today. Is a lot of times we all agree on something, but we disagree because we perceive it differently. For example, this little photograph here. Most of you would look at this and see it as an old man with his eyes squinting, with some type of a helmet / hat. Looks like kind of a pot on his head. He's got a beard with mustache. Most of you folks would relate to me if that's what you're seeing on this side of the table. But if you were on the other side of the table, you would be seeing this. And what most people would see here is a chicken eating out of a bowl. Right? So it's all about the perception of what we're going after here. And that's precisely what will help us in life when we're trying to solve a problem, a challenge, a circumstance. We look at it from one perspective, from me to you. But it would be very tactful and practical to also look at that challenge from a different perspective. Go around the other side of the table and look at that problem differently, or from the eyes of that other person. And that way we may be able to see where they're coming from. We may not agree with them. We certainly may still disagree with them, but at least we know where they're coming from and where their thoughts, maybe their values are. And that's what I wanted you to all get a grasp on today, is because sometimes we're looking at our perception as the logical place to go. And it may be the case, but someone from the other side may see it differently. So we need to share our vantage point, if you will. That's all we have for you today. I'll be in touch with you hopefully tomorrow, and we'll get another message out to you.